Hi everyone, I'm back. Apologies that I've been doing no reviews lately. It's simply because that now we are in the new house, we've been doing decorating and doing some jobs. Also, I've been doing train spotting and college on top of that. But I'm now back with reviews, and I've got some new models to have a look at. We're having a look at this one today, which is from Bachmann, which has just arrived in the post. There's also an 8F from Hornby to have a look at, and a Class 31 from Bachmann to have a look at. But those are going to be reviewed another time. But anyway, let's get on to this model, shall we? And today's locomotive we're having a look at is a Class 37 from Bachmann, and it is in the Railfreight Distribution livery, which is a very lovely classic livery. It's certainly something you don't see now, and this one's called the Saltire Society, and the number is, it's a 37/4 and it's numbered 37406. As you can see there, it's called the Saltire Society, and it's in Railfreight Distribution livery, like I've just said. It has a 21 pin socket, but I don't care about that because I don't have DCC and I don't plan to use it either. Also, there's a reference number 32/384, and it's in the typical new Bachmann packaging that we're all used to. Nobody's unfamiliar with it unless you're new to the hobby. But anyway, let's get her open. She's just arrived in the post, like I said before, from Hatton's in Liverpool, and I paid £64 for it. So off comes the box sleeve, and on the back we get the brief history of it. The Class 37s were introduced in 1960. They are still in service today with DRS, West Coast Railways and Network Rail, although Network Rail have renumbered theirs to 97s. EWS, now DB Schenker, did have some in operation, but they've stored them all now, which is a shame. And of course there's Ian Riley, which has one intercity livery, which is very nice. And it has Ian Riley on the side of it. It's like a mock intercity swallow logo. Also, although it doesn't state it here, they were nicknamed tractors because of the engine noises they made. And they are, as we all know, they're Cocoa diesels because of the wheel arrangement they had. But anyway, so let's put the box sleeve to one side and bring the model forward. Wow, just look at that. Then just take it out like that, very gently, and put that to one side. And in the box we have all this paper. So let's just take this all out. Then we put that to one side. We'll move that round to there. Let's have a look. Oh wow, what's this? Well, let's have a look at these first. We have etched metal nameplates, and that's not very often that you get that. And they have the Saltire Society written on them. And we also get, though it's hard to see them, there's also etched metal British Rail logos, as you can see there. And that is something that you don't get very often. I've never seen that before. In fact, if you just grab the model, you can just see under the number you have the British Rail logo there. And I shall put these on definitely, but not just yet. But wow, that is a really nice touch. That's not very often that you get that from Bachmann. That is actually rare. And you certainly don't get it with Hornby either. Well, the Class 67s from Hornby I've heard of etched metal nameplates. But wow, that's really nice. Then we also have this, which is the collectible flyer. It's not the new style one, but there you go. We also get this as well, the guarantee, and how to care for the locomotive. And also we get this, which is what I like to call the spares list, because if you lose a part, you have these numbers here and the parts here. So if you lose them, you can send off for them by ordering them from this number. And it's important you don't lose this or throw it away in the bin, because if you do, you're going to be in for a nightmare. And also on the back, it's how to remove the body and where the chip goes, and also the buffer beam detailing. That's very nice. And also it mentions lubrication as well, and the lights. So that's very nice. Right, so let's go back to the model. So let's slide this plastic cover off and put that to one side, and then we have a look at the details. They're not sellotaped in as usual, but that's different. As you can see in there, we have the snow ploughs and the buffer beam detailing, such as the pipes, and also this. So that's very good. And you also get little hooks in there with the screw link couplings attached to them. So that's very nice. I shall put these on, but not just yet. That's bad focus. Right, sorry about that then, the camera was out of focus. But yeah, like I said, there's these little hooks in there with the screw link couplings attached to them, the snow ploughs and the buffer beam detailing. So that's very nice. And you get these as well, which basically, if you're double heading the locomotives in real life, you would connect that to the other one so they can be controlled from one. It's some sort of vacuum cable of some sort. But anyway, I forget what they're called. If any of you know, comment below. But anyway, now let's get on to opening the beast. This is the moment. Wow. So let's just hang on. Right, well I'm back and I've washed my hands. Because in past reviews, if you remember, I've had grubby marks on the locomotives and have to wash them off, and it does get a bit annoying. But that shouldn't happen here because I've washed them. That always helps, and they smell really nice as well. If only videos could pick up smells. But anyway, let's get her open. So let's just gently grab her there, take her out, and then put this big plastic to one side. There's a lot of rubbish now piled up on the side of me from the packaging, so it's not exactly going to win any green awards, is it? Mind you, it's not going to win anything. But anyway, wow, just look at this beast. This is absolutely very, very stunning. And I'm sure you will agree, just look at it. Well, for starters, it's very heavy. And I mean very heavy. So you're not going to have any problems with traction here, I can tell you that now. You also get nice bogie detailing as well. It's not painted, but then again this locomotive in real life did not have any painted bogies. But if you wanted to, you could paint the brake discs yellow. You do, however, get this painted on the tank. It's a dial of some sort, so that's very nice. You also get sprung buffers, obviously what we'd expect on Bachmann. And them couplings as well. You do get working lights. I'm not sure what's going to light up. I'm assuming it's going to be these three. As you can see, you get warning signs on the front there. You also get the antennae as well, just there. You get wipers on the windows, and that's really nice, because with V-trains they make you stick them on. And that is something that's a bit awkward, and I don't fancy doing that. You also get horns as well, just like with V-trains. Well, we just had a train on then, that was cool. And considering I showed it in the horns position, that was really good. But anyway, just like with V-trains, you get the horns one smaller than the other. You also get lovely grills there on the side. The number is very nicely applied as well. You also get metal handrails there as well. And I like these distribution logos that go down by the side of the doors. You also get nice windows in there as well, and the door for which you get into the engine to start her up. The Railfreight Distribution logo is accurate as well, and I like these big grills here as well, and they're lovely textured. You could weather them if you wanted to, but I'm not too bothered by that. There's another warning sign there. The livery is spot on, and this is important when it comes to locos like this, because if the livery is wrong, then it's not going to be good, is it? There's the name, the Cell Tie Society. These are the painted ones. You don't have to put the extra ones on because they're optional, but I will definitely put the extra ones on because I think it would look really cool with them on. But it's up to you. But it's nice that it's painted there anyway. All these grills here as well are very lovely textured and very nice, and they're accurate as well. You also get nice metal handrails down the side of the doors there. Glazing in the cab is very nice, and also you get some detail in the cab. I was just checking it then. You can see the seats in there, and you might just be able to make out the controls in there. You also get a nice orange stripe going around the top of the locomotive and around the nose. The roof detailing, well, it's lovely. You get the exhaust where all the clad comes out of, vroom, vroom, vroom. So you could weather that bit if you wanted to. You get some nice detailing on the top here as well, and you also get a grille with a fake fan underneath. Now it doesn't spin, but Bachmann don't do that. And of course as well, the doors that don't open. But again, that's Bachmann, what do you expect? I have yet to see this idea being done on Bachmann. In fact, Bachmann, if you're watching, please give us spinning fans and opening doors, because that would be great. The door handle is very nicely detailed as well there. The other side is just as nice, well, the other end should I say. Again, we have this detailing here, and lamp irons, which is what they are called. As you can see, there's holes here where the buffer beam detailing and the snow plows go. Sprung buffers on this end, obviously, because the front ones were. The camera was out of focus then. Like I said, sprung buffers, because the ones on the other end were. And again, them couplings. And you got the antennae on there as well. And also, there's a driver in the cab as well. Now, they always seem to put the drivers where the fans are, which is a bit odd, but then again, it's a diesel. Come on. It's designed to go in both directions, so it doesn't really matter. And besides, just because there's a driver in the cab doesn't mean that you have to actually drive it this way, because I always couple my rolling stock to where the fans are, and that's what I'll do with this one, because it doesn't matter. It's designed to go in both directions, it's a diesel, so just because it has the driver in there doesn't mean that you actually have to couple stock this end, or better still, putting it more correctly, just because the driver's in there doesn't mean you have to drive it that way. It's a diesel. And the other end, it's pretty much the same. The detailing is very accurate, nice grills, windows, warning signs, the door, where you're going to start the engine up, the livery, the nameplates, as you can see on that one, like the other side. There's some more detailing down here as well, and there is some riveting here as well. I forgot to mention that earlier on, but wow. And you've got this detailing here as well, just where the logo is. I think it's where it fills up for fuel, I'm not sure. Sorry about that. But wow. Just look at this. I have a Class 37 from V-Trains, and I have one from Bachmann. I can't show you the V-Trains one because it's in the garage. packed away, and I can't really get it out because it's just going to be a bit of a hassle. There's some detail in here as well, which is nice. That bit there. And again, the bogey wheels are nice too. But wow. I have a V-Trans one and a Bachmann one. So it's going to be interesting to see what this one's going to be. Of course, comparing the two, there's going to be no competition. They're both just as good. Even though V-Trans get you to stick half the stuff on. So, for me, Bachmann's is probably better. Because you don't have to stick half the stuff on. All you need to stick on with this one, really, is the players and the buffer beam detailing, and of course the actual nameplates. That's it. V-Trans to get to stick on the snow players, the buffer beam detailing, the handrails, the steps, the horns, the wipers. Ugh. It's basically nearly like an Airfix kit. But anyway, there's some detailing here as well, which I forgot to mention. Some nice little riveting. But anyway, that's enough on the detailing. I've mentioned it all. So let's put her on the tracks and see how she runs. Right, well, here we are at the test track set up on the floor in my bedroom. Now, the last review I did, which was the Wimbleberry review, I set up a layout on the floor where it would have gone around, like a big circle. But since I now have a bed there, a desk there, and a wardrobe there, and a chest of drawers there, and since the garage is still a shambles, I still don't have a layout. And of course for this review, since I have all the stuff in here now, it's just going to be a basic layout so it runs up and down like that. But it doesn't matter, it will do, and it will do for the next reviews as well. But anyway, let's get this locomotive on the tracks and see how she runs. Oh, you just saw the lights there, so that's a good sign that there's some power. Right, so let's get the first bogie on. In fact, I only needed to get one bogie on, really. Yep, she's on. So let's give her some juice. The controls here. Oh wow, look at that. It's all in one piece. Considering, I was told that the postman just threw it into the storm porch. The parcel. But wow. There's no grinding noises. Just look at it. That is just really smooth and incredible. Just look at the lights. There's not just head and reel lights. There's also interior lighting as well. You can just see the cab lighting up there. That is just really nice. Just look at that. That is just a really nice touch. And it's not very often I buy a model that has interior lighting. Just pop the camera back down. I will turn the lights off in a sec. So I can do. Because it's now night outside and it's evening when I'm doing this. Then I can do that. Right, so I'll just turn the lights off now. I know I've got the lights in the background, but hey, just ignore that because we just need the camera up. We can see the lights. look at that. Just lift it up. Wow. Right, so let's just put the lights back on. Ta-da! Magic. Okay. But wow. I just can't fault it. All wrong way. I'm definitely pleased with this. Well, actually, more than that, over the moon. So that pretty much sums up my review on the Bachmann Class 37. Definitely 10 out of 10. I'm just blown away by it. It's not very often you come across models like that. So, I'll leave it for now and I'll see you next time.